Shalom, shalom. How's everyone doing today? I'm coming to you with this video because I was saying that I'm doing school a different way and a different approach. As you know, or I'm going to let you know, that we're biblical based or read the Bible. So the one that comes out, if hopefully it ain't clear, is Deuteronomy Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 7. So, you pause it and read it. I'm old school. I really don't know how to do all that technical stuff, so I showed you on there. It's basically teach your children, okay? And then talk with them in the house, as you go on a walk, when you lie them down, when you rise them up. Every which way. So that's what I'm working on, to teach them how to see that in the house. Things that we do. I'm working on that and getting that into motion. So as I do that, so then I go into, because this is the Most High wants us to do with the children, it just shows you. So then I need to, this is what I need to do next. Okay, this is what he told me to do. How do I do that? Okay, so then you go to him. How do I do that? So then it was another, okay, and then this is another verse. 2 Timothy 3:16. Is this one? Hold on. No, it's not. Then a real big one to me is to train up the child. They may go. They won't depart. So it was one more. I had to look for it and come back just to make a video about that one. It was talking about, and if anybody know it, put it in the description below, about is 2 Timothy, and it talks about how to prove yourself to the Most High, how to prove yourself, reading, studying, how can you prove yourself to the Most High. It talks like a lot of that in Psalms chapter 119 as well. So, but these are the things that you feel you know what he's telling you to do. And then the main verse is, at the beginning, I said Deuteronomy 6:7. Deuteronomy 6:7 is basically teach your children, okay? And he told Moses how to teach the children, sitting in your house and all, and how to do it. But then if you go back to chapter 6, well, actually all of them, because these are his commandments and statutes, to teach your children, to fear him, have him in your heart, and to love him with all your soul, with all your might, with all your heart. That's basically Deuteronomy, the commandments of the Most High. So, okay, if that's what he wants, then that means that we need to read to understand it. So what we do is we go to the beginning chapter, whatever chapter you want to start at, whatever's in your heart. But to us, the opening verse is Deuteronomy chapter 4 through chapter 6, verse 4, 5, and 6. That's a memory verse, opening verse. Like they do Pledge Allegiance, we do not. We do those 3 verses. Okay, so every day we read the chapter, whatever it is, I take it from it. So, like chapter 1, as you know, it talks about the creation. So most of that is history and science. So that's today we're going to talk about history and science and his companies of the world. We talk about the animals, all that. So, and what is he telling us about those chapters? And then I find 2 verses, we write up on them. 2 verses I pick. Sometimes I get them to pick. They'll take the verse and write it down, but then they write it as best as they can, and they make sure that it's a capital, it's a period, it's a question mark, whatever it is in that sentence. That's what we need to write. So then we go to, like, I keep going over my notes. These are my notes for chapter 4 we working on. So then we look at, because mine's in high school, so we have to do foreign language. So we go to Psalms, and you go to 119. And 119 has the letters. So that's what we do. This is part of our letters. So both of them are workbooks, but we work on them, and that's our foreign language. So I put it together, and that's what I get. Some of these, I go find Hebrew and Lashon Kodash letters. That's what I go find. And I study them, review them, and make it for them. And this Bible give us a little bit more background on stuff. Like everybody's celebrating Christmas, so we do not, but I still make sure we read and go over. Why don't we? Because, as a parent, you have to re-evaluate your mind, make sure you remember and in your thinking, and you're keeping, you don't want you to go straight away, so you got to think of as your child. You don't want your child to go straight away. So every year we try to read the Bible and get everything from the Bible, all the knowledge that he wants us to get to. But most big thing is we pretty much pray about it before the beginning of the year, and we study on his word so we can know what to study and give our children for his word. Because you have to remember, I have noticed nowadays that you have to be Abraham and Sarai. You have to be Moses and Sapar. You have to be these for the children. You have to be that foundation, that growth, that knowledge for them, because if you don't have it, then who do they look up to? See, train a child where you go, and so they won't depart when they get older. So how you don't want them to depart. So if you teach them now, get the knowledge and understanding now, then you won't have it. I have seen biblical um, biblical readings and not readings, biblical homeschooling for younger children. I was trying to enlighten you on biblical homeschooling for intermediate to high school ages because I didn't see none out there. Most of the time, is only unschooling and it's only this and that. So my thing is, okay, so how can I make this different for my children? Because they telling them the ones for the younger school is saying, okay, make sure, and if you do have younger children, for me, make a difference. So you gotta show them this is cursive, this is manuscript one, and then letter B. So if it's the Bible verses, that'll start with that letter. So let's see. Maybe talk about Aaron for that week, or talk about M for Moses, or talk about what else? I'm trying to think of Saul and Paul and David for D or that week, or just make sure you get into a lot of things and you can read the whole book of Deuteronomy for D. I mean, it'd be 34 days, a little bit more than a month. It'd be over a month, but with the little ones, maybe you have to repetitionally go over one letter a month. I'm just throwing out ideas. So, and then find coloring sheets of paper of Saul, of whoever you're talking about, Deuteronomy. Go through the chapter 1, see if there are pictures, and so they can color on it.